the wonderful people of Ghana, in case you just tuned in.
The higher the heights of success we attain in life, the louder the praise of our alma mater we must sing. They shaped our little minds into such great doctors, lawyers, politicians, businessmen and women, and many more, and made us understand the value of knowledge and good morals. My name is LaunchPad Asamoah. Join me as we dissect and bisect the progress and challenges confronting our educational institutions, as well as sharing the fun of the old school days with alumni.
I am Comfort Chirowa Echampo.
Je m'appelle Lady Queen Asiedu Akufi.
My name is Fadi Fattah.
Keep watching LaunchPad.
It's educative,
Informative,
inspirational, facts-revealing program on school. Keep on watching.
It's a beautiful day, a different school, same program LaunchPad, and the same host, Mary Asamoah Nyameche. Well, our school of the day is Presbyterian Senior High School, Accra, Legon. It is a school that has gone through a lot of changes and still stands tall as one of the best, if not the best, in the country. We're going for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll be talking to the authorities and students to find out how they started, where they are going, progress and challenges confronting them, and of course, we'll talk to a successful past student from this school to find out how he got to where he is now and his advice to the youth. We'll be right back. The show is brought to you by Unibank. Unibank, caring for you. Watching LaunchPad, we brought to you by Unibank. Unibank, caring for you. I'm with the headmistress, Lady Queen Asiedu Akufi. Wow, what a name. She's a lady and she's a queen at the same time. Madam, thank you for allowing us into your office.
You're welcome.
How are your boys?
They're fine, very well.
We thank God. Presec, how did it all start?
Well, Presec, as the name implies, Presbyterian Boys. It's a school that was founded by the Presbyterian Church. Okay. In fact, it is the flagship school of the Presbyterian secondary schools. And it started at Odumase Krobo in the Eastern region. It was founded in 1938.
Okay.
And it was the first headmaster was Reverend E.A. Engman. So he's even named after one of the houses. And he actually started with just about 12 students at Odumase. And then as the school grew, it needed a bigger environment. And so in 1968, the school was moved from Krobo Dumase to our current location, Legon. Yeah. So we moved here in 1968. And our then headmaster at that time was Mr. E.K. Bacha. He was here from 1966 to 73, and we came in 68. So definitely Bacha led us here. And over the years, the school has increased in terms of quality, in terms of academic excellence, and in terms of population.
Started with 12 students.
And right now we are about 3,000.
3,000. That's huge.
Very.
And you are the first female head. Wow. Madam, I learned in 1975 the school admitted female for the sixth form program. Can you tell us about it?
Yes. During that time, the sixth form, you know, this school was doing very well in the sciences. And the girls wanted to come to also have a feel of this science education. So the school opened up to the sixth form science. So we had them coming to join the boys. And interestingly, they also excelled. And today we have the female scientists all over, those who attended Presec. And for me, it's a very good idea because it reminds me of our late Kwejri Agri, who thinks co-education is excellent. So when the girls joined the boys in competing in sciences, I thought that was a good thing, and it has come to help the school. And they are doing very well.
So how do they call themselves?
Yeah, the name given to the old students of the school is Odadie. And so they also call themselves Odadie. Whether female or male, they are Odadies.
Interesting. So what are the names of some of them? Do you know some of the ladies that came?
I know one, Lucy Quest, who is the current CEO of Etel.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's very enterprising. And then we have another lady on the current council of the old boys, and she's also doing well. There are a whole lot of them, but I can't remember their names offhand.
All right. What is the academic strength now?
Academic strength. The boys are doing very well because we have told them that you come and we train you to be good Christian gentlemen. And from the word go, they know what they're about. Our WASI examination results have been very good. We have maintained the standard over the years. Even though it's the students who change, the teachers are about the same. They've been working hard, and about 90% of our students qualify to the tertiary, the universities, be it in the country or outside the country. The others to choose to go to the polytechnics, depending on the career they want to pursue. So academic excellence, yes. we're doing very well.
What were the objectives of the founders of the school?
First of all, they wanted to train young men who will become very useful to society.
Okay.
And then they felt the best way to do that was to start a school. You train the heart that's going by the dictates of the Christian education. You train the hands how to use their hands to work, to be useful in society. So we have a visual art department here.
Okay.
And the students use their hands. They clean up their own houses and dormitories. And then the head, how to use your head, use your brains. So we say that make sure a breach of common sense is a breach of the school rules. And with that, the students become independent. They are able to think, do all sorts of things, and that keeps them going. So before you leave the school, you come out as a whole human being, not only academic, but how to even relate with your fellow students. And then when you move out to society, you are able to comport yourself. So these are the main reasons, and it's been helping.
Lady Queen, in our own small homes, it's not easy at times to manage it. You want this person to go that way, and this person is going that way. You are a woman. How do you handle such a huge population of boys from different backgrounds?
It is really challenging. 3,000 boys.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, our management system is such that you can't do it alone. We work in teams. And the team spirit has actually proven effective and is helping us very well. I work with a team. I have the house team, I have my management team, I have my academic team. The house masters are there, and the heads of departments are there academically. When we have to move to do something, we rally our efforts together and we are able to get to the students. And most of them are cultured. So it's only the few deviant ones. But we are able to nip them in the bud because no society is perfect. Yes. And you have all these, no matter what, you have the deviants coming along. Sure. And it is how you manage them through the teamwork. The housemasters work with their senior housemaster to control the boarding system. When they come to classes, our heads of departments are there, our four masters are there, the class prefects themselves are there, and we all come together. And I also move around with my management team to have spot checks. Monitoring is something that we do very often, and that is helping us. So the students realize that wherever they go, they are in check. And so it minimizes the problems. But it's challenging and very interesting.
Why Odadie?
Yeah, Odadie is an Akan word coming from Odade, meaning steel.
Okay.
And the emblem of the school is the baobab tree.
Okay.
You cannot encircle one person cannot encircle the baobab tree.
Okay.
Because the trunk is so huge. So you need hands. That's why the team spirit is there. You need people. So you work in a group. Now, this steel is what has been translated into Odadie. Okay. So the The Odadie, meaning the steel, Dade, strong. And the baobab tree is a very strong tree that hardly dies. It symbolizes resilience. You need to be tough. You need to be strong and alert. So over here, we don't over pamper the students. Right from the word go, you know you stand for Odade. So you need to be very independent. You need to go about your work assiduously, and at the same time leave a good mark. And that is what the Odadie baobab tree stands for. Resilience, strength, greatness. All the good attributes are coming from it. And that's why this one has stayed. We are tough, but we are gentle. When you look
But gentle.
Yes, when you look at the behavior compared to other students, they're cool, but they know what they are up to. And that's where and reason why we have the academic excellence. Yeah, so that is the Odadie. And by affiliation, I'm also an Odadie. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they've made me an Odadie because I'm with them.
Okay.
And I'm giving it all. So,
Lady Queen, how do you feel? You being a lady first headmistress, how is the reaction of the old boys, students, the staff? Because they've seen men throughout, and you are the first woman. So, how do they relate to you?
thank you very much. Very interesting. I keep saying that human beings as we are, you can never have everything 100%.
Sure.
When, even before I came here, that was prior to my coming here, I heard a whole lot of stories about a female coming here. What did she come to do? Blah, 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 blah.
What a man can do.
That wasn't in their dictionary at all. So when I came here, there were two feelings. Others were completely against it. Why should a woman come here? This, that. But I always say it's normal for them to do their thing. Others too were very accommodating. At least they said, let's wait and see what she would do. So you have these two groups, but I had a patience. I used this opportunity to observe them. Initially, I wasn't too happy because, number one, I didn't thrust myself into this school. I work with the Ghana Education Service, and you are transferred to a place anytime the GES needs you to do so.
Okay, yeah.
And so I really knew I hadn't done anything, but again, human as I am, I felt a bit uncomfortable. But as time went on, I realized they closed their ranks, and now the old boys are, most of them are very accommodating. They've realized that we need to work with the head for the school to succeed.
Exactly.
And thank God they have seen and they have the story to tell. The students, well, they were looking at me. It's like, oh, we have a mother.
Yeah.
And so they came around. They come around anytime. And I also took them as my younger sons. And it's working. The love is there.
Wow.
The teachers, just like the old students, some were angry.
Angry.
Yes. They didn't see why. others too
But
were.
what a man can do, a woman can also do it
You
better.
see, the chauvinistic tendencies in them makes them behave like that. But right now, for 1 year that I've been here, things have cooled down.
Thank God.
Some of them, most of them, I would say, have come back to realize that we better rally behind her and let us see the light that she's seeing. And for me, I like that. It also puts me on my toes. I shouldn't be swollen-headed, and I'm not. My policy is to be fair and firm, and they know it. So now we are still getting to know each other, and I'm happy.
The Odadia tree, where is it now?
It is just behind the staff room and very close to the library.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to see that.
Yes, it's there. Just like the picture you have. Yeah, it's there. And it always reminds us resilience, hard work, teamwork. So the staff and the students, plus the old boys, come and they see it and they are happy.
Lady, I have seen a lot of trophies, a lot of awards here.
Yeah.
What are they for? Plenty, all for Presec alone?
Yes, there are even some more, but I have kept some in the other assistant academics office because
Okay.
of space.
Okay.
But this goes to buttress what I said earlier on, that academic excellence. And so if you look at the awards for from WAEC for Presec Legon, and you see, I initially told you that it isn't only the head, academic excellence, but things to do with the hands and the heart. So this silver, this thing you see, a cup right in front of us, was won 2016 during the
Recent.
independence debate for the whole region. Presec came out, so we had that cup.
This very one.
Yeah, debate, this
Okay.
one. Yeah, the silver one.
Okay.
And it's debate. Then you see here sports. So much as we are learning, we are playing football, we are engaging in debates and other business programs. If you look at this one, the International Head of State Award for Business.
This very one.
Yeah, that's 2015. And Presec Legon was, excelled. We have various awards, not only academic excellence, but for sports, co-curricular activities, and even for reading and other things. So, the cups speak for themselves, the awards, too many of them. But we still make sure every year we add on to it. And it's encouraging when the students see them. They visit the office, so when they see them, they are encouraged. Yeah.
Lady, I know a school as old as Presec Legon would definitely have challenges as well. Can you tell us some of the challenges as a school?
Yes, every school, like every other human being, has challenges. We have our peculiar challenges. Infrastructure. Because the school has grown in leaps and bounds, we have infrastructure development. We need more classrooms so that we can cut down the class sizes and you can have effective teaching and learning. We also need more dormitories to space out the children in the other dormitories. And we also need to have a total refurbishment of our science laboratories because the population has increased. So you have a whole lot of students trying to use the few amenities we have. So these equipments cannot go round.
Well, like you said, the government is the major stakeholder in education in
Yes.
Ghana, but I cannot shoulder all the burden. The PTA and old boys, what are they doing to help the school?
Thank you very much. I'll start with the PTA. I must doff my hat for the PTA. Accommodation is one of the major challenges as far as the boarding system is concerned. And the PTA has been able to put up a huge, it's a 3-story, the capacity is about 700. So the students can have accommodation.
Okay.
Aside that, they motivate the teachers. They are also in furniture. They have helped to renovate the computer lab. That was just before I came here. And they give counseling too.
Okay.
That is the PTA. And aside the petty ones, they're doing their best. Now let me come to the old boys and girls. So the Odadies. As you enter the school from the second gate, through the one closer to the University of Professional Studies, you will see a magnificent mentorship center, Odadie Mentorship Center. And this was built within a record time of 1 academic year. And this mentorship center is to make sure that they mentor our students. And because I was just telling you that the parents, some of them don't have time to talk and find out the problems or how their children are faring. But this mentorship center is going to cater for that. They have volunteered.
Okay.
At least twice a week, meet the students.
All of them?
We're taking it in phases.
Okay.
We start with the Form 1s and 2s, and then we move on. The Form 3s are virtually moving out.
Including all day students?
Sure, everybody. Yeah, so we've strategized that out. And there are a whole lot of structures coming up on the compound now. That's an example is the main gate you see. Yeah, it's being constructed by the 1976 year group. This is their 40th year after leaving school, and they thought they should give back to the school.
Lady Queen, now your last message before we leave. What would you tell everybody watching us?
Thank you. Viewers, I think what is most important is to make sure that we help the various schools, because we never know when our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, wherever they will be. But we should make sure that we help them to bring up the children to a standard where they will be useful to Mother Ghana. And it all begins with discipline. So let's all be disciplined. And I know we shall get there. Thank you.
In case you just tune in, it's all LaunchPad on GTV, brought to you by Unibank. And our guest school today, or our school of the day, is Presbyterian Boys Secondary School. We've been talking to the headmistress of the school, Lady Queen Esiedu Akrofi. She is a mother. She has a good heart. At the same time, she is tough. That is why she's leading men or boys. It is not easy.
You're watching LaunchPad on GTV, brought to you by Unibank. I'm with the outgoing and the current school prefect of Presbyterian Boys Senior High School. For my right is
Michael Amponsa Isiama.
Michael Amponsa Isiama and
Anefi Godfrey Odro.
Anefi Godfrey Odro. How are you all doing?
I'm okay. Yeah, good. How about God's grace?
How is Presec?
I'm going to return things okay.
All right. You are outgoing. How has the stay been so far?
Thank be to God. Everything has gone on smoothly. My stay in Presec has gone on well.
And Godfred?
Well, so far so good. Everything is fine.
So far so good. Everything is fine. How do you manage academics and professorship?
See, being a head boy, see, there are other prefects who are under you. So your job is not to go there just to supervise them, collect reports. And you only go there or attend to a situation when it's grave, it's really important. Yeah, so with that, you get time to study and also get time to do your professional duties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How is a typical day like in the school?
Okay. First of all, every morning at 6:30, we go for morning service.
Okay, just like today.
Yeah, just like today. Then we close at 7:15.
Okay.
After that, we all move back to our classrooms. Then we go for break at 8:40.
So what time do you wake up?
Wake up for
the rising bell, let me say.
That's 4:30.
Wow.
4:30. Yeah, so you wake up in the morning, then you work in the house, like we work, make sure the house is clean. Then after that, you move to assembly hall for morning service. Then you move back to your classrooms to study. And at 8:40, go for break. That's the first break. We go to the dining hall, we have our breakfast. And then we move back to the classrooms, then study. And at 12:30, we go for the second break.
Okay.
Then we move back to the dining hall, take our lunch.
All right.
Then we go back to the classrooms.
Okay.
Then at 3 o'clock we break. Then we all go back to houses.
Okay. All right. So what time is the prep?
7.
And it's every day?
Yeah, every day. No. On Saturdays, it's not compulsory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Sundays? Or Sundays is not part at all?
Oh, we go for prep on Sundays from 9 to 11.
What about weekends?
Oh, weekends in the school.
Yes, weekends.
In the school is just any normal day. So most boys here, they are very active. They go and play football, basketball. They go to the court, to the field, soccer, basketball. Yeah, that's what they might do. Some also, before that they wash, do just normal washing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The first day you came to the school, what were your impressions?
Well, when I was out there previously, I used to hear about Presec a lot. Presec is a good school, science, best in maths and science, and a whole lot. Mm-hmm. When I came in, I didn't really see that environment. But later on, when I got to cope with the system and then get into the system very more and get familiar with everything around here, I got to know how they are able to manage and learn and then do everything on time to be able to pass whatever exams that is yet to come.
Was it your intention to be the school prefect?
No, please. When I came in at first, I wasn't really into professorship stuff. I was just learn and then pass and go my way. But later on, I decided to analyze things better. That's being in an environment where things are wrong and you don't address them, or you let someone wrong to come and take that place and then makes anything anyhow. It feels bad to be in that environment. So if you need something done, you need to do it yourself. You need to go there and take the mandate and say that I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to make this place a better place. I'm going to make this thing a better thing.
All right. I learned the uniform you are wearing. It's called, there's magic in it. You call it blue magic.
Blue magic.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, when I came from one, that's what the seniors called it. Because to believe that when you get this uniform, you are excellent in everything you do.
I see. And is it true?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's true. I know it's true.
Is it true?
Very true.
Michael, if there's one thing you need badly in the school, what would that thing be?
Okay, I think we need state-of-the-art equipment in the lab. 'Cause
Okay.
Even though we have most of the equipment, we need better ones to help us pass our WASI. You know WASI per se, but just to educate ourselves and learn better.
Okay. Let's talk about the maths and science quiz. It's been a long time since Presec won.
Yeah.
What are you doing this year?
This year, we have confidence in the boys. See, I don't know, last year, in the previous years, they're all good, but at one point or the other, like, they falter, then we lose. But this year, I know that I have confidence in them. I know that we are going to win it. We are bringing the cup home.
Yeah, we are bringing the cup home this year. The maths and science quiz cup is in this school this year. What do you have to tell all the youth writing WASI this year?
So it's not too late. Not too late. See, everything you do, know that it's not too late. You can just sit down today, learn something, and when the paper comes, you're able to write something and pass.
All right. You heard it. To all the youth who are writing WASI, it is not too late. You can still do something. Just make up your mind. You're going to sit down right now and do something. And of course, at the end of the day, you come out with flying colors. You're still watching LaunchPad, brought to you by Unibank. Unibank, caring for you. We visit the home of one of the successful Odadiers, Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwe, the General Overseer of Living Stream International Ministry, and also the CEO of Eagle Eye Resource Limited, and also Global President of the Old Presec Legon Old Boys Association. He's a writer, a singer, and we're about to find out how he got to where he is now. You know, one of the things we seek to do on this program is to inspire the youth to aspire to attain a greater height. Reverend, thank you for making time with us in spite of your busy schedule.
Thank you very much.
Please
And
tell
hello everyone.
When did you complete Presec?
1978.
1970.
Were you born?
No clue.
All right then. So we call you Latter-day Saints, eh?
Obviously, you are proud of that year.
Very.
How did you feel the first day you entered the school?
Well, you must know I'm an 11-year-old boy. You know.
11 years?
Yes, I was just a kid. I took the common entrance in primary school, class 6.
Okay.
Yeah, so an 11-year-old boy, I mean, entering a big school like that, and that was a school of 800 people. And for the very first time, I was coming into contact with people who were very old. They had beards and all those things. But the most interesting thing was that a huge school. I had never seen anything like that before. And I get into that school, and then the comforting feeling was that I had people my age group were there. We were all kids at that time. People like Dr. Frank Edu of Calbank, yeah, Prof. Sanite of the anesthetics, chief anesthetics at Kolebu, Niboni Aqua, and quite a number of Mr. Niaja Nabla of SNIT, their finance controller. We were all like classmates. So we were just a motley group of young boys who were thrown together, wide-eyed, and we didn't even know what was going on, what was ahead of us. Had a few seniors with us at that time, but it took us a week to orient us. And then later on the seniors came, and then that's when the hard life started. You know, tough, it was tough. It was tough, but it was very interesting.
Tough and very interesting.
Yeah.
During your days, how was Presec like in terms of academics and discipline?
Everybody will tell you that academic excellence goes hand in hand with discipline.
Okay.
And in Presec, the discipline was, you can't beat the Presbyterian discipline. You can't beat it. Our shirts were always neatly tucked in. We were not even taking shortcuts. We used to walk on the pavements. On Sunday night, dressed in our white, yeah, with our black shoes and our blue-black socks, neatly polished shoes, our beds every morning, dressed before you leave the dormitory, you know, and neatness and courtesy and respect for seniors, and discipline was at its height. You dare not fool around in Presec there. If you fool, the punishments were pretty severe.
Reverend, is this still the same?
Nobody would tell you that at presently certain modes of enforcing discipline has changed. And by all means, with this new computer age and with this new internet-friendly age and all this, you get it, Wi-Fi. I call them these Wi-Fi kids. Definitely, the methods are going to change. So I cannot say that it was like it was before. You know, it was not like that, and it's not like that anymore. But there is still a pretty high level of discipline, and we are still working on it to make sure that that same discipline in which we enjoyed is still enjoyed by them. You see, it's not the code of discipline that is the problem now. It is the enforcing of the codes of discipline. And you remember, or you can always tell, that United Nations has passed a charter concerning corporal punishment. So there are things that are being removed from the school. I have a problem with that, but that's what it is. And it's like corporal punishment. You can't cane students, and you can't cane students, and but there are other ways to do it. For example, like weeding, and you know, cleaning the bathrooms and all those other things. Presec was a very tough world. I mean, we don't take any prisoners in terms of discipline. You infringe on the rules, you pay a price. And so, if you watch the old stock of Presecans or that years, we view discipline with every seriousness. We are straight. We talk straight, frank. I mean, and A is A, B is B. You know, because you're taught that. I mean, I was a little boy. You get it, enjoying the comforts of my home. You get it, and then all of a sudden, thrown into some of these guys in Form 3, Form 4, Form 5. They had beards. You know, if you see the hair on their chest was like a forest. You know, those guys were pretty mean guys and very serious people. And so discipline works with academic excellence. So it was easy in Presec for us to excel. I mean, everybody knows. I mean, Presec has more doctors per square meter than any school in Africa. They have more engineers per square meter than any school. And we have pharmacists and even the science-related listening, because we were the science college. So, and the discipline that when you see a Presecan walking, you get from our generation, and when you see, nobody will tell you this is a Presecan. By the way they behave, the way they talk, and the way they do things. Of course, I mean, we had a little bit of tomfoolery, not a little bit, a lot of tomfoolery. Like boys would always be boys, you know. But they drummed into us discipline, and because of that, we were able to attain very high academic excellence, very high, notable academic excellences, and even till now it continues.
Please share with us some of the fun memories.
Oh, I mean, we had fun times. You know, it's like where people, you know, teasing. People were put into, I mean, all sorts of roles to act, and then, you know, some of the things that people did, they were caught. You know, I remember one occasion. I mean, we had a maths teacher. There was a little bit of a hunchback, and one time he was preaching, and then when he was preaching, then he began to say, you see, last night as I was going through the bush to Medina, the bush road to Medina, I saw smoke. So I thought it was a bush on fire. But as I approach, come and see human rats running through the tawny tickets. And some students were smoking. Some students were smoking. He called them human rats. And they were running away. I mean, all these things, I mean, making fun of teachers. I remember one of those times when it was a very bad sin, but it happened. A French teacher, she just came to our class. For the first time, she was from France. From one boys, we didn't know French or anything. At that time, French was not even taught in the junior schools. So she came to the school and she just entered our class. Bonjour. And so all of us just kept quiet and said, like, huh? Then we all started laughing and he was upset. So he punished us. So, some of our boys then decided, okay, for punishing us, they were also going to retaliate. Boys were not thinking to do so. They just collected a waste paper basket full of waste, opened the door halfway, and placed the waste paper basket there on it. And then when she opened the door, the next time she came to class and she opened the door, boom. And then she said, you people don't know. You people don't know. Amen. They punished the hell out of us. I mean, every demon of tomfoolery was cast out of us. And so there are some very good moments. Also, I mean, things that we did that now when I look back, I say, man, did we do that? I mean, it wasn't the best. It wasn't good. But it was fun. It was fun, but we paid the price for foolish fun.
Was that tied with any girls' school?
Yes, we were tied with girls' schools. We were tied with Buri girls, and of course, Presec then had as side issue. Accra girls. Oh, okay. You get it? But the Buri girls is our official designated school. But girls also came to sixth form. Yeah, there was 20 years of Presec's life. We had girls there, so it was in our time that the girls came for the very first. And so you can imagine somebody.
So what do you call the girls that came?
They also Odadie.
Oh, okay.
And they mix with us and to do all things together. In fact, the secretary of the Odadie organization is a girl.
Oh, okay.
Right now. Yeah, Vodafone, Airtel, and quite a number of them. Some of the top brass were all Odadie. Yeah, but the interesting thing was once when the girls came to school, I remember a very funny incident, I think I was in Form 2 or Form 3. And the girls came to sixth form for the very first time. And, little boy, we've been cooped up. And then one girl...
14 or 15.
Yeah, one girl got up. She was sitting on prefect's table. She got up, walked to my table, and sat beside me. You get it? So I was shivering. I was shaking, and then she gave me her bread. So I was going to put the Tom Brown in my mouth. I realized that it was going towards my nose. Yeah, because hey, the boys and then a girl, and I couldn't even eat, and I was shivering and sweating. So we went to the dormitory, and my friends gave it to me. Yeah. Those were the things that
So, how do you feel when you go there now?
First of all, I feel a very deep sense of gratitude that whoever I am today, you cannot write my history without including Presec in it. Number one. Number two, I also feel a sense of responsibility. That is, Presec gave me so much, and therefore, what am I also giving back to Presec? And then the third feeling, sometimes I feel sad. Nobody will tell you the Ministry of Education, the coffers cannot go around all the schools. And there's a lot that Presec has to do. They have 3,000 people over there. And the school was formerly built for 800 people. So the assembly hall was built for 800 people. So you can imagine 3,000 students, we just can't fit. And so the infrastructure.
When we went there at the assembly hall, lots of them were standing outside.
They stand outside.
While you were doing the morning assembly.
Yeah, it just shows you what it is. And then, but they're building, the Ministry of Education is building a new one there that can accommodate them. And there's a need for infrastructure. For example, the science class is seating 70 science students. It's unwieldy in a class. it's too big for any teacher. How are they going to do the experiments? And the facilities there are inadequate. So I feel sometimes I get upset. You get sad and upset that we can't allow a bastion of science like that that is Presec, an academy. It's a science academy. We cannot allow it to run to seed. We have to do everything in our power to raise it up. And so this is where the old boys are coming in, the other day are coming in, and they're coming in very strong and making major infrastructural investments in the school right now.
In the year 2000, you presented a paper on conflict resolution and reconciliation at UN. Please tell us about it.
Well, there was a World Millennium Peace Summit in the year 2000, and 6 Ghanaians were chosen to represent Ghana, the United Nations, and I was one of the people who were chosen. I was then in Brazil, and I was doing a crusade in Brazil when I got a call from Ghana and then from New York that I had to be there, and I had to prepare a paper on conflict resolution and reconciliation. And the subject matter was to be on Africa. So yes, I presented a paper, and one of the things that I advocated was African leaders who engage in what do you call it, war crimes. You get it, when they are in power, where there is civil unrest or conflicts, they must be held liable. And so one of the recommendations was that they must be tried. So African leaders who are in conflict zones, who commit war crimes, must be tried for war crimes. It was something I advocated very strongly. And so why I was chosen, I don't really know, but they looked at different things. Some were to represent the charismatic front, Catholic front, Presbyterian front, and I don't know, but they thought that I had the commensurate academic what do you call it, pedigree, and then also to I had the intellectual capacity to present a paper, and my paper was very, very powerfully applauded when presented it.
Well, and you are the CEO of Eagle Eye
Resources Limited. Yeah.
Resources
Limited, yeah.
Please tell us about it.
Well, I'm a man of many parts, and before coming over to Ghana to start ministry, I was working as the stock controller and the credit controller of a very big Midas holding company. It's called John Heath & Co. DRG John Heath & Co. In actual fact, Sellotape was our brand name, okay. DRG Sellotape. The challenge books, the account books, is DRG Challenge. And I was the stock controller and the credit controller for the whole of Britain. So I had different trainings. So I thought it was very, very limiting just to be holding Bible, because I'm a man of many parts. So one of the things too is everywhere I go, I attracted businessmen. Businessmen will come to me with problems and issues, and I'll resolve it for them and then go back. Because for me, it was just until I said to myself, why are all these people coming to me? Is it an indication that God wants me to do something else? Yes, and I realized that. So after much prayer and consideration, and in talking with my wife, and of course with my leadership in the church, I started Eagle Eye Resources, this thing. Yeah, we deal in different things, and some of them I walked into it by accident. Okay. You know, some transactions, crude oil transactions, I walked into it by accident. And from that time onwards, it began to build, and then I try my hands at other things, and I realized that they work. So, but it doesn't interfere with my pastoral duties or my priestly responsibilities. It doesn't. I just make sure that I divide it very well.
And you've also written books.
Yeah.
Some are here.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So far, you have 5 books out.
You have 5 books.
Yeah.
This one is
Fisherman's Roadmap.
Fisherman's Roadmap.
Yeah.
We also have
Treasures from Eden.
Treasures from Eden.
Yeah. Then we have Silver Stones for Destiny. Then we have Lights Off. Then we have Red Lights of Destiny. There are many, many other books lying down right now, which are yet to come out.
Please tell us the activities of the Old Boys.
Well, two things the Old Boys do. You know, first of all, we have the fraternity. And then the fraternity is to meet on year group basis. And just get together on year group basis. Be supportive of each other's dreams. Be supportive in terms of fellowship. You get it? We can also congregate around nostalgia. You know, when we remember when we were we, and then just remind ourselves. So the Old Boys, this thing provides a forum for people of the same year group to gather together and be supportive of each other, and not only that too, but pull up each other. I mean, just friendship, camaraderie. You get it? That's number one. Then number two, the Old Boys then will use their strength that they gather, you know, to take infrastructural projects in the school. So hardware and software, putting up buildings and things like that to improve the infrastructure of the school, and then also to improve academic excellence. You get it? And to make the students, the present students, train them to be holistically grounded in everything. So those are the things. That's what you went to see the mentorship this time.
Yeah. Do you remember the school anthem?
I do.
Can you please do it for us?
I can do it. So if I'm going to do this, do I do sit down or stand? Because I need to stand.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'll sit.
Okay,
I'll sit
you
for the
can
sake of tea. I say, all right. Happy are we, studios are we, students of Presbyterian Secondary School. Onward we march, we trudge along to happy victory. To victory, to victory. Our motto is a solid bow propping us along. Illuminito, illuminito, we there be Muslim. In the light, we shall see light. Illuminito, we there be Muslim. For Christian training we get a sure solid foundation. We take our places in the future of our country and church. For Christian training we get a sure solid foundation. We take our places in the future of our country. Oh, come along and join us. Oh, come along and join us. Happy studios are we.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
You really love your school. So now
Yes,
you
I do.
remember the
You can't-
school anthem.
You can't forget, when you go to Presec, even if you pass through Presec 1 year, you will never forget it.
Okay, Reverend, before we let go of you, your last advice to the youth again, what do you have to tell us?
Young folks, what you have time, you have energy. You ain't going to have time forever, and you ain't going to have energy forever. There are some things that you need to do. You need to do them now. There are some things that needs to be done. You can't do them now. You got to wait. You know, don't waste your time and don't waste your energy. In life, there are distractions. There are many things that are going on around which will distract you from your core pursuit. Recognize what is distraction, what is there to destroy you, what is there to distract you, and what is there to just discourage you. Remember these 3 Ds: distract, destroy, discourage. Recognize those things and learn to push them aside and concentrate on purpose. Concentrate on your career, concentrate on making something out for yourself, and above all, whatever you do, wherever you go, whatever you aspire to be, put the God factor in it. That will change everything about you. With Him, you make a success. And listen, success is not achieved overnight. It takes toil. It takes pain. It takes hard work. Anything that makes things look cheap, things look easy, that's not it. You understand? Nobody takes it easy. If I read all throughout all the great men, they didn't have it that easy. They had mountains, they have valleys. Valleys are part of the experience. Mountains are part where they are excited. Valleys are the low moments. But all those things come with a package of what God wants to make out of you. So concentrate on God, concentrate on your purpose, and avoid the distractions. And God will take you there. And above all, keep watching LaunchPad. It's very important.
Okay, thank you
so much. Reverend Ebenezer Markwei is the CEO of Eagle Eye Resources Limited and the global president of Presec Legon Old Boys Association, and also the general overseer of Living Stream International Ministry. You heard it all. Remember the 3 Ds. Do not be discouraged, distracted,
Don't allow yourself to be destroyed.
and don't allow yourself to be destroyed. You've been watching LaunchPad on GTV, brought to you by Unibank. Unibank, caring for you. And our school of the day is Presec Legon. And we've been talking to Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwei. And we also spoke to our Lady Queen Akrofi, the headmistress of the school. Madam Dora, thank you so much, the assistant headmistress academic of the school. To my crew, I say a big thank you. All the people that came together to make this episode a great one, I thank you so much. Dr. Mrs. Markwei, a very big thank you to you too. Make a date with us same time next week, same station. And with me, Mary Asamoah Nyameche. Bye-bye.